Hey everyone, I'm Nicole Moss, co-founder of Moss Consulting HR Services and your host of Easton Park TV. I'm here with Cristina Okoniewski, who is the founder of Bella Vida Moments. She does incredible balloon art and event planning. She also has some other side hustles. She does laundry for the neighborhood, and she also can help with some organizing. We are going to talk about her energy, which is apparent the second that you meet her. We're going to talk about entrepreneurship, having a full-time job while starting a business, and kind of her passion for creativity. So we'll just hop right in.
Let's do it.
So like logistically, you're like logistics and training and planning, you're really strong at.
Yeah.
So like, how does that correlate to your event business?
I mean, honestly, I kind of take the same approach. I used to panic about everything when I was in college. I would literally freak out. There was just so much, but I think it made me become a pro at like sitting down and like laying everything out that I need and then devising a plan.
Yeah.
So I am basically like, okay, they send me like their quote or they send me like their inspo. And then I'm like, okay, I'm going to send you a ton of things.
Mm-hmm.
Just tell me what you like.
Yeah.
And then we go from there. So then instead of like, oh, I ordered this, do you like it? I just kind of try to figure out the vibe. And then I'm like, just look at all of this stuff and then what's calling to you. And then I can kind of figure it out, I feel like.
Yeah.
So a lot of times we'll start with like the balloons and then they're like, oh, okay, well, actually, can you do this? And I'm like, oh, actually, I have this and I think it would look so cute. Do you want me to add that in? So it's really just like a lot of communication with sales. I'm so used to like just talking to people so constantly back and forth.
Yeah.
So like I ask a million questions.
Yeah.
I am super big into personality tests. So like
Me too.
Really?
Big time.
Yeah. I love them. That's basically why I got my master's in business
No
psychology.
way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I wanted to be a neuropsychiatrist.
Okay.
Minor in neuroscience, like the whole 9 yards. Pre-med.
Amazing.
And then the last semester of college, I just decided I don't want to go to med school.
Yeah.
It was March 2020. And I was like, nope, I don't want to do that anymore after taking, 500 million science classes.
Yeah. So what's your favorite personality test at this point?
So I love the CBI test. It's not a super popular one.
Okay.
But it's a work habits personality test.
Love it.
So when I used to work for Cutco, the knives.
Yep.
So I did that all through college and grad school. That's basically how I found my love for sales.
Okay.
And my boss was really big into it. And he would have everyone that started with us take the test. And it taught me a lot about myself, but also like about how I can communicate with other types of people and how like it's important to mimic that kind of thing because I've always been kind of like a super outgoing, intense person.
Yeah.
In your face, so I was like, okay. Then I figured out what I needed to work on. Also, I learned how to be more approachable to other people and how to work with other people that I just didn't really understand. So when I went and ran an office, I ran an office for Cutco when I was in grad school.
Awesome.
And I would have everyone that I interviewed take it because I was trying to fill my staff with teams, my like assistant managers, with people that were good at the things that I wasn't good at.
Yep.
So like payroll, I did not want to do payroll. Like that is not where my time was best spent.
Yeah.
So I would have them do that, or if some salespeople, some of my team members needed someone that was a little bit more aggressive and intense in their training approach and their like coaching. And that was just not me at the time. I was 20.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's not going to work. So I hired people and like built them up to be able to be those people for them.
I love that. I really like Culture Index was big for a while. And now they haven't updated it in I think it's been like 65 or 70 years since they've redone it.
Yeah.
And so there's this guy, Jason Carroll, who's been on our show, and he's created Active Index, which is very similar to like Predictive and Culture Index. And like from a hiring standpoint and just from like team building, we use it all the time because it's like this like beautiful cheat sheet into how to communicate to people.
Exactly.
And like, it's like, okay, let me get on because the way that I intake information, the way that you intake information are totally different.
Yeah.
But when we're managing the humans, like they need to hear us and you want to be respectful and you want to be like on their speak. Either are they very analytical or where are their strengths or like we have, and this is so fun to talk about this. I'm so passionate about this. We've got a guy, like he's a sales guy. He's from the UK, he's 25, so he's super young and like did like $1.5 million I think his like, his commissions, his like take home was like $500,000 last year. Killing it.
Yeah.
So I moved him from a sales guy to a manager and he's failing miserably because he's a 25-year-old rugby kid. Like, and he's not, he's communicating. He's from the UK, so he's in America. And two, like, he's 20, like all of his positive traits. And I don't think there's negative traits. I mean, we just have traits we need to learn how to dial them in. But he's like cranked to 11 on all of them. You know, and it's like, hey, what spinning around the sun like will do is you learn how that like banging your fist and screaming at your team isn't the way to motivate. It's the way to motivate some people, but that we got to dial down those like some of those dials. And I think that like these tests, when you can like, it gives you a visual and like tangible way to talk to people. I find it fascinating.
It's so impactful.
Totally.
I'm obsessed with them.
Yeah.
For a long time, I wanted to develop one, and I was like, it's just honestly impossible. Like, there's so many, and it would probably be my like life's work kind of thing.
It would have to be.
I believe that they just have. This is funny. I have a lot of my friends take it, and like if like my boyfriend, like because I'm like, I need to understand how you handle conflict, and like that's something that I'm going to learn directly right off the bat instead of guessing. Also, you could tell me you're one way, but you might not be that way.
Right. People
or think you're that way.
Yeah. Like you think you're one way or you like can hope that you're one way, but like traits and behaviors are totally different. And so like Steve won't take a test. He's like, I don't know how to read them. So I'm not like giving you the keys. We've been married 10 years. I think we've figured each other out for the most part, but like it's wildly impactful. And really like, as you utilize these tests and like you're reading them, even without them testing, you start to pick up traits that like happen over and over. And so how like do you use that when someone comes to you and they're like, I have a baby shower and it's my first kid and I want it to be exactly this way. And so you're like, okay, I've got like a type A, like assertive person. So are you able to like adjust with your clients?
So I think naturally I think my brain does that really naturally now between like psychology undergrad and like master's, but also just having dealt with so many different people when I was in sales as well.
Yeah.
Even when when they reach out to me or I first chat with them about like, oh, I'm looking for this. I can tell if they want to be involved in all of the details and they're going to be very specific on like the hue of the color, which is totally fine. But some people do not want me blowing up their phones about the hue of the blue that we're using in the balloon arch.
Yeah.
And so it's important for me to read that, I feel.
Because a lot of people miss that. And I think especially in event space, because we've talked about this before on the show, but events are like, in my opinion, incredibly stressful because there's like so many things converging at one time. It's got to be right. You get one shot. People pay a lot of money for these events and like it's got to be right. And so like there's a level of stress and deadlines and all of these things. But for the host, their stress is different than a vendor stress, right? Because like they're managing their own emotions, the emotions of the people coming, like all the things, like all the myriad of things that they could be managing. And when you find someone who's like, I don't care what color blue you bring, but without picking that up, if you're the vendor who's calling and calling and calling, you're like, that person's like, stop.
Leave me alone.
Right. So for you to be able to pick up on that, I think is like, in any vertical business, but like it's so, especially with something so as emotional as like an event.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah. I mean, I love building relationships with them too. And I want them to, enjoy their experience with me and not think that I'm this little like pest that's annoying them, but also someone that makes them feel heard and, like their opinion is valued and it matters. That's something that's really important to me. Especially because I've built such great relationships in the neighborhood with even people that I used to babysit for or dog sit for.
I love that. Well, and I think on the other side of that, with people who don't want to be like, they're like, I don't care what color blue, I don't care how tall the arch is, whatever. There's people who are like me, I don't have this gear at all. Like, I'm not creative, I'm not artistic, I'm not like, I mean, I am in my own ways, but like when it comes to like decorating or like doing something like this, like I would be like, I need you to just like do everything. I don't want to know, but like maybe I would a little bit actually. Like I would want to know, but like
be involved
somewhat. I say somewhat. I'd probably be an annoying client. I'd probably want to be really involved, but like I wouldn't have it. So there's got like for you to just understand that I think is like really, really important. And people don't realize how important it is until it's done wrong.
Yeah.
And then you have, I don't know. I would imagine that referrals are really big in your business.
Yeah, massive. I mean, I feel it's the thing that drives my business because I only currently advertise on our Facebook groups and then now on my Instagram that I made.
Yeah.
So that's huge for me. And like recently I did my first out of the neighborhood balloon arch, and she texted me like 3 days before. I was doing 2 balloon arches already that day, and she wanted 2 balloon arches that day.
That day?
So it's we did a rainbow.
Okay.
So it was Coachella themed. So her name was Marsh.
Okay.
So it was Marshella.
Love it.
And so we did a rainbow outside, like attached to these giant beams, which I got there and realized it was a lot taller than it looked in the photo. Okay. And then inside we did like a Coachella. It was like pink, orange, and white.
Cool.
With like the double backdrops. So she texted me and I was like, I have to take this, but I'm going to have to really plan out my time well.
Yeah.
And so she was basically like, okay, this is what I want, but just make it look good. Like I want a rainbow. It doesn't matter what kind of a rainbow it is. I just want a rainbow. So I just sent her a bunch of photos and I was like, this one I know I can do really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it'll look good on the beams. And she was like, perfect. And then like to see what I could get in on time because it was like Wednesday or Thursday. And then I was doing it for Saturday.
That's so crazy to have like an emergency balloon need.
Yeah.
Like,
so I don't know. I think she was looking for somebody. So she didn't live in the neighborhood. I used to dog sit for this girl that lives in UPE and we got super close. And I just randomly got a text from her friend.
Oh, that's awesome.
And she was like, oh, Elsie gave me your number. I need 2 balloon arches this weekend. Are you available? And I was like, oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah.
And I was just so excited because it was my first out of neighborhood client. So I really wanted to do it well. Thankfully, I had my sister help me that day because it was a really, really long day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, referrals are huge. And so like that, for example, I just like texted her about it. About my business. I told her about it, I don't know, a couple months ago. And I guess they were just chatting at work. And
she's like, I know a balloon person.
Yeah.
I love that. That's okay. So how long ago did you start this? And what is the name of your business and how long ago did you start it?
Yeah. So I did my first balloon arch, I would say probably 2 years ago.
Okay.
I've really ramped it up in the past 8 months, I would say. And it's called Bella Vida Moments. And so my Instagram is at Bella Vida Moments ATX, but it's because they didn't have that Instagram handle available.
Love it.
But I called it Bella Vida Moments because it means beautiful life. Bella Vida does. And I want to help make people's life moments beautiful. I'm super like sappy, like very, I care about people. I love people and I like to see people happy and really like it helps bring their vision to life and make their events amazing.
I love that. And so why balloons?
You know, honestly, I was in Michigan on a work trip and my dad's family lives up there. And my cousin's baby's first birthday happened to be that weekend that I was there. And she was like, Cristina, like, I really want to do this. I really want to do something with balloons. But like, obviously, they live in a really small town in Michigan. I'm sure there might be a balloon artist somewhere, but I don't think it's really that serious over there. And so I was like, you know what? I bet I could figure it out. My personality is I can figure it out. Like, what do you need? What do you think you want to do? I can figure it out, I'm sure. Or I'll find someone to help me do it and I'll be able to do it.
Yeah.
So I just watched a TikTok video. And I mean, it wasn't as elaborate as something like this or what I did at the entrepreneur group the other day, but it turned out really well. And I had a lot of fun doing it. I have always been super creative, but being in sales, it kind of, you don't really get to tap into that for so long. And I mean, eventually I was babysitting for a lot of the neighborhood. And they were just talking about their first birthdays are really frequent, obviously in Easton Park. And so they we're talking about, I was helping one of the moms plan an event, which is kind of how the event planning came into be as well. She needed some help. She was just like, I don't even know where to start. And I told her I could take some of it off her plate. I'm sure I could make a few phone calls and find a tent rental and, whatever. And she was like, I was like, I could probably figure it out. I can make you not such an elaborate balloon arch, but I could do one.
Yeah.
This is one that I've done before. So this would be like similar to the vibe, right? And it kind of just spiraled from there, honestly. I would say the moms that I was really close with, that I was really proud of the balloon arch that I did, I just sent them photos because we became friends. And then I ended up doing several. And then I realized, hey, I'm pretty good at this party planning thing. I love to plan. I am a huge planner in every aspect of my life.
Yeah.
And why not? And so I decided to kind of take a more serious turn. I started a new job like 6-8 months ago now.
Okay.
And so I decided to take the plunge into it.
Pause. You started a new job at the same time you ramped up your business?
Yes.
That's a little low-key crazy because like, that's hard. That's really, really, really hard to do.
Yeah.
Especially when like, okay, new job is always hard, right? Yeah. Like it's just, there's like just the stress of learning the new job and then people and grow the whole nine. Like it's a very competitive world out there in the market right now. But then you start a business and then it starts like taking off. And then it's like, so you like work during the day and then you work at night and on the weekends and you don't stop.
Never.
Yeah. It's good. It does keep you out of trouble, but like, I'm sure that like, I don't know, when do you rest?
So I started really doing the balloons more 8 months ago.
Okay.
But I only heavily ramped it up. I was just posting it in the Facebook groups as, I organize, I babysit, I dog sit, and I do balloon arches.
Got you.
When I started the job, I went from sales to consulting. Completely different world, completely different job. My whole adult life, I was in sales until this job. Okay. And so it was a big transition. So I took a bit of a step back. I would occasionally do the balloon arches.
Yep.
And then a few people texted me, I think, in a row. And I decided, hey, I should probably start posting about this again. Yeah. And then probably 4 or 5 months ago, it started like popping.
That's awesome.
And I was doing a lot. So I don't rest frequently.
Okay.
People often tell me that I should, though. But
rest is important.
Yeah.
But later. Just rest later, another time.
I've always been like this. I'm a very busybody. Okay. I really want to pay off my student loans. So that's something that's really important to me.
Okay.
And like the laundry business, for example, I just, like I will be watching videos for work or, whoops.
You're good.
I'll be watching videos for work or even just watching TV at the end of my day. And I like to fold laundry. So that's why I started that one. And
so you're just like, you're just an entrepreneur. Like you're just creating, like little businesses that, and I don't mean little to be like in any way negative or anything like that, but like there's something so cool about the entrepreneurial mind of just like, you got to create. And even though like earlier I said, I'm not creative. I'm not like creative in the sense of like painting or balloon art or flowers, but like we like creating jobs and we like creating our own like little world. And you're doing that on this like really cool scale. And I think that like Easton Park is such a unique space to do it. It's like such a little micro economy of
100%.
People supporting one another that I find beautiful. I think it's really, really cool. One of my favorite stories to tell about the little micro economy we live in is Steve came home one day and he's like, hey, I'm going to go get a massage from a lady down the street. And I was like, oh, no, you're not. That sounds
weird.
Suspect. And he's like, no, it's like totally legit. I booked you one too, whatever. Like, you go first. I think I went first. I don't remember. Maybe he went first. It doesn't matter. Anyway, we went to Rissa. She was amazing.
Yeah, I was
like,
going to say, was it Rissa?
Yes. She was so cool and like so professional. And the food and the Esmeralda does like the catering.
Yes, and it's so good.
It's so good. Everything she does. She's so cool. She did we did a little party. And we're gonna start doing them quarterly. So you'll have to come to the next one.
Oh yeah.
For everyone who's been on the podcast, we do like a little guest party. And she made food for us. And like one of the things, she made spaghetti. And I was like, how are you going to do spaghetti in like a party event?
Yeah.
Like, and she pulled it off. It was in these little cups and there was a little meatball. And it was
I
like,
love that. That's so cute.
it was so cute. And anyway, she was so cool. And like the dog sitting and the baby sitting and like folding laundry. Like it's so awesome. Like,
thank you.
have you always been like that? Even as a kid, always kind of creating something?
I think, yeah. Whenever I was young, I used to paint beer bottle caps.
Okay. Love
and then sell them to my mom and dad's friends. And I would make them into magnets.
Very
so that they could
cool.
put them on their fridges. It's really funny, I know.
I love it.
And then I would give massages to my family members and they would pay me.
Amazing.
So I was probably 5 to 7.
Your sister's also very entrepreneurial.
Yes.
Is your family, is that like pretty, are all of you very entrepreneurial?
My mom always pushed us to be very driven. You're going to go to college. You're going to be successful.
Awesome.
Not that you have to go to college to be successful, but you're going to get your education just in case, something happens. You always have that to fall back on.
Yep.
And it was just never an option. And my dad always had, multiple jobs our whole lives.
Mm-hmm.
And he has his own business and him and my brother flip houses.
Cool.
And my sister she's a little bit older than me.
Mm-hmm.
So it was easy to look up to her.
Cool.
To be super driven and like really focus on your studies. And so it was really just never an option to not achieve. Yeah. I've always been very recognition and achievement oriented.
Yeah.
Which, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
I like to be told that I'm doing a good job. Like it just kind of is that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I've always been a busybody. I was like president of 5 clubs my senior year of high school.
Awesome.
Ridiculous, for what? But
I mean, at the time it's so important, right? And like, I think that like, and I think for like, I hope that young entrepreneurs are watching this podcast because we talk to a lot of business owners and that's just like, that's where our passion comes from entrepreneurs are so much fun.
Yeah.
And we're all a little crazy. In our own way. It's risky. I mean, there's a high level of risk when it comes to like starting, running, and maintaining your own business it's your livelihood eventually, right? And it takes a long time and it's very hard. But I think that like for any kid or any like young entrepreneur, or even if you're in your 40s and you're thinking about starting a business, like it's never too late and it's hard. It's very hard, but like, and it's risky, but I think it's so worth it. And you can do it at any time and you can do it like with anything.
Yeah.
With your background, we don't have to talk about it on the podcast, but like what you do for work, your 9 to 5 job is very serious and probably incredibly complex and a high level of stress. So to do this after being mentally drained all day and taxed and like the whole 9, like it's really not a simple thing. Yeah. So where do you get your energy from?
Honestly, I am really driven by building relationships with people. I just like to make people happy.
Yeah.
And, for better or worse, because it can be a bit of a hindrance to me sometimes.
Sure.
Because I will overextend myself, overwork myself, etc. But I love building relationships. I really want to pay off my student loans. I live with my sister currently and she owns her house, but I don't own my own house. Thankfully, she's an amazing big sister and lets me live there.
Yay.
But I really want to own my own house and build a future for myself.
Yeah.
And so that starting this was something that I teetered on for a while to expand it into, party rentals and event rentals, things like that, because you do have to invest in it. And before I was just buying the balloons and the arches and the laundry, you just fold laundry, buy some baskets.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I do get tired for sure, but I love to be busy. I feel like when I was in sales after COVID, I was in software sales and I just felt like I was withering away.
Yeah.
I did outside sales, so I was just cold calling people all day long.
It's hard.
And they didn't want to move me out of it because I'm always really friendly on the phone, even if I'm having like the worst day on the planet. But I'm pretty positive, so I'm usually just like, oh, whatever, it's fine.
Yeah.
But it was just so draining and I wasn't getting anything.
Yeah.
Like no one to fill your cup. Like that's it. And I just knew that I was capable of more. My mom's always really pushed us to, achieve our potential. And she just kept telling me, Cristina, that you are not meant to be in sales forever. Like you didn't want to do that. If I knew that that's really what you wanted to do, then I would tell you to stay, but you don't want to do this.
Right. The balloons, there's it's a competitive market, I would assume.
Yes.
Like a lot of people are doing
a lot of people.
balloons and events and planning and all that. So what makes you different from everyone else? And why would someone choose you over someone else?
Yeah. So I will say my pricing is very competitive. I will work within a budget.
Okay.
If you have a budget, we'll make it work.
Figure it out.
I'll tell you, okay, this is what I can do. If you specifically want, this size of an arch, we'll work together to see what we can figure out. I'm not like, oh, this is the price. It's this period.
Right.
We can make a smaller one, or I can bring one of my smaller arches or something like that to still make it beautiful, but within it makes sense for the both of us.
Yeah. That's awesome. So like, let's just talk about the logistics and kind of the strategy of this. Cause you were saying, and I hope it's okay that I say this. If it's not, we can edit it. But like, you bought a bunch of letters today. And like, so like there's an and you're saying that like you have an end goal. Like balloons are fun and that's what it is right now. You have an end goal of being this like supplier, rental house perhaps. So right now you're kind of going through understanding and learning and purchasing, like really kind of a purchaser of the business, or buyer, I guess is the right, maybe the better term. How do you see your business phasing over the next maybe 5 years?
So I would say between now and a year from now, we're building the website right now. Actually, another one of the neighbors is doing my website. So as soon as that gets launched, I'll definitely be posting about it. So y'all can all get your websites from her.
Love it.
To Maria, I need to look at her last name.
Okay.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah. She's super sweet. I'm really excited. We met yesterday about it, actually.
Excellent.
But over the course of 5 years, at the end of the 5 years, I would like to have employees, people that I can teach how to do the balloons.
Yep.
Because right now it's like my baby. So it's hard for me to outsource that kind of a thing right now.
I know, girl. It's so hard. Because you're like, no one's going to do it or care as much as, like, do as well as you or care as much as you.
Yeah.
But like, there's only one of you.
Yeah.
There's only 24 hours in one day. And I feel like you utilize every minute of every 24 hours. It seems like you're that kind of person. But like, to scale, you got to have other people.
Yeah.
And that's just hard. You just got to hire well. I'll share some advice that was given to us.
Yeah.
At one point, it's been successful to this point. So far, so good. Every day is a new day. You never know.
Yeah.
But like, Steve and I we were talking the other day. We're so lucky right now. Our team is so very strong. And everyone that works with us, we either know them or they've been 1 degree away. And so there's like a level of just like understanding and trust. And we learned this from our largest client, who are two of the most incredibly strategic and good-hearted businessmen I've ever had the opportunity to work with. But they're like, hire a degree away. There's a level of accountability. There's a level of trust. And it hasn't steered us wrong yet. So like, it is your baby. It's your reputation. It's your money. It's your time. I mean, time is what's most important. Like, it's your time. So like, 1 degree away, you should do very well. And then, okay, so you're going to have 5 employees a year from now. And then what's after that? And the plan. I mean, we all know that like, we'll see how it goes, right? Like, I was just like, it could go a million different directions, but how you see it now, like the framework.
Yeah. I mean, ideally, I would start being able to split everything with my sister. Like whether she liked it or not at the beginning, I don't know. She was kind of forced because I would be freaking out. Oh my goodness, it doesn't look good. I'm just overthinking it.
Yeah.
And has ended up coming to a lot of these setups with me.
Okay.
Obviously, you saw her at the entrepreneur event.
Yeah.
Having me set up.
She's here right now.
And she's here right now. And so obviously, I trust my sister a lot. We're together 24/7. We live together. So that was my stepping stone to helping. So ideally, we'd be able to split it because she's very intelligent. She can delegate it and is very capable. So being able to have enough business that we can both delegate maybe 2 sides of the business, whether it's a niche like event, if it's like baby showers versus like birthday parties or something like that.
Yeah.
To be able to expand. The Marry Me letters that I bought today, so excited. Had to rent a U-Haul. The U-Haul broke. It happens. They're
always solving a problem, right? Like as an entrepreneur, there's always something to fix.
Yeah.
Even a U-Haul.
Exactly. Yeah. So we tied it with a rope and said, all right, let's hope we make it to the storage unit.
Did you make it?
Yes,
Woo-hoo!
we did. Thank
Success.
goodness. I was very stressed, but all was well. I knew it would be fine. But I mean, like, being able to start doing proposals, I think would be so fun. So I saw those letters that someone was selling and I had to hop on it. I was like, oh my gosh, I see these on Instagram. I see them on TikTok. Cool. And I mean, who wouldn't love to be a part of a proposal? Oh, like the best moment of someone's life.
Hopefully. You never know.
Well, yeah, you never know.
But like, I mean, I guess in theory, the guy that would hire, or the girl, whoever's going to hire you, like the energy would be so high and so positive. It'd be a bummer if they said no. But I would imagine most people, especially these days in this economy, they know.
Yeah, if they're spending money on it. Yeah. If they're spending that kind of money on it, it's definitely
they're probably gonna say yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love the Marry Me letters. You said they're like, I just put like, because you said they're like 4 feet tall.
Yes.
Like we're talking like, this is gigantic.
Yes. Yeah. So they're like this tall wooden letters that light up.
That's amazing.
So I'll have to show you a photo whenever
send me a picture. That's awesome.
Get off. I'm so excited. So before that, I really only had the numbers, but these are like really good quality wooden ones.
That's awesome.
So hopefully I get to use them soon.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So Easton Park is the best. It's probably going to be your greatest kind of market at this point in the business. Everyone's here. Siniso is amazing.
Yes.
Do you have a Siniso order that is your fave?
So honestly, I kind of just see whatever they have on the menu at the time because they have like the seasonal drinks, that kind of thing. Whatever floats my boat for the day.
Love it.
I'll go
so you don't have
there.
like a go-to?
No. I mean, I love a good caramel macchiato.
It's hard to beat.
Right?
Yeah.
So, but sometimes I just need like an espresso.
Yeah. Depends on the day. No, I get
you. It depends on the day.
Totally.
And we live right next to it.
You do?
Well, we live in Union Park West.
Okay, love it. So you just walk across the street.
Yeah.
And then I love that little food truck park. It's so
cute.
Awesome. When Steve and I moved out here, there's nothing. Like we've been here a long time. Like there was no CVS, no, like people wouldn't even deliver out here. Nothing. Like we had to go, it was crazy. It was like the Wild Wild West. We would bribe delivery people at Craigos. We'd be like, we will pay you extra to like bring us pizza. Like we don't want to drive anywhere. So anyway, love the food truck park. It's so awesome. There's a company. It's kind of like balloons. Bounce with the house.
Yeah.
They're so cool.
Yeah. Mark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I actually connected with him last week.
Amazing.
He wanted to make a page on his website with other local businesses, local meaning I'm guessing
Easton
primarily
Park.
Easton Park, right? And so he responded right away and I'm up on their website now. So I'm really excited about that. He's great.
He's awesome.
I think definitely the large part of my business is kids' birthday parties right now. And he's been at a few of my events that I've been setting up.
Very cool.
I didn't officially meet him because, we're both doing our thing.
Yeah.
Trying to make sure that everything is up on time. But he's been at, I think, maybe 5 of the events that I've done.
That's awesome.
In the neighborhood.
His wife is also incredibly impressive. I can't remember her name right now and I'm so sorry for that. But she is sharp. She is like sharp, like so smart.
Yeah, so smart.
Just so invested in everything she's doing. And I think she's like a serial entrepreneur. The last time she was doing Entrepreneurs Club, they had stopped by. Bounce with the House obviously going very, very well, but she was doing like a emotional cleaning and organizing thing for a while. And like, she's so cool. She and Mark are both so awesome.
That's awesome. I love a good power couple.
Yeah. So I'm glad that y'all connected and that's so, so awesome. Rissa.
Yeah, so I have chatted with her, I think, at a kid's birthday party or something like that.
She's so cool. Great massage. If you haven't.
I have heard that.
Very good.
I have heard that.
Yeah, she's very good. She's really in tune with the person. Like you, and actually with your background, you would really dig her. She's very, very cool. Easton Park's so cool with all of the businesses. If someone wanted to get in touch with you, what's the best way for them to like find you, book you, ask you questions, all the above?
Yeah. So honestly, the quickest way would either be to text or call me or go to my Instagram, which is at Bella Vida Moments ATX. And you'll see our logo. It's a cute little bow.
Love it.
Basically kind of like my shirt. It's pink and
red.
Love it. Or just text me or call me at 361-779-5102. And I'm always pretty much a text or call away. My phone's right next to me. Ready to go.
Excellent. 361, are you from Corpus?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I love Corpus. I started my college career down in...
at A&M Corpus?
I sure did. And needed to move back home a couple of semesters later because I had way too much fun.
Really? In Corpus?
I know. You might be too young. You probably remember the Stingers and Dicks days. Do you remember the bars, Stingers and Dicks? No? Oh, but did you live in Corpus or did you go to college in Corpus?
No, we're from Corpus.
Okay.
But
so you left
and never came back.
God, understood. Well, God, every time I go to Corpus, I feel like it's like 1993. It just hasn't changed.
Yeah, it doesn't
at all. But there was a downtown, there's 2 bars that were connected. It was called Stingers and Dick's. Stingers was like a hip hop club and Dick's was a country club, and it was connected. You could go, once you're in one, you could go back and forth.
That's cool.
My fake ID and my friends who were bartenders really impacted those first few semesters. And
yeah. They've really revamped downtown.
Have they?
Yeah. I mean, if you ever go, like there's some cute, very Austin vibe, like Instagram type bars down there now.
Excellent.
Yeah.
We'll have to go. I mean, Corpus is just like, do y'all go back to Corpus ever? Like,
I go frequently. My sister doesn't.
Okay. Are mom and dad still down there?
Yeah, my mom and dad and our brother.
That's a good reason to go back to Corpus. I like Corpus. I don't know. I mean, I like Corpus enough. It was fun. I don't know that I would live there again.
Yeah, no.
But the 361, I was just like, I know where that's at.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay, so tell me something like you're in Easton Park, you're living with your sister, you want to buy a house, you seem very goal oriented. Like, what's next for you personally?
Me personally, I really want to move up in my career at my job, but ultimately, I would love to do this full time. So I'm trying to expand it. I consult basically my financial advisor, which is my sister.
Love it.
Before making purchases for the business, she'll tell me sometimes that's silly, that's not. But I really just want to expand this as much as I can and as fast as I can. I know that it's a saturated market. I know that a lot of people do balloons, but you know how they say like sprinkle little fairy dust, like pixie dust. Like that's how I just feel about all the events. I just want to make people's dreams come true, which is so like, it sounds so cheesy.
I say that all the time. Like we're in the business of making dreams come true. It's like, it is so cool. And you know what? The girls, Alex and Jody from Midsummer Social, who are also in the neighborhood, they're incredible women. They were talking, they're like, when we started this mobile bar company, we knew it was a saturated market. We knew it was really competitive. But they were like, it doesn't matter because it's not it's you. Yeah. And people are going to want to work with you and they're going to refer you. And I mean, one, who doesn't like a little competition? And two, especially when you have an entrepreneurial mind, right? And then two, who cares? There's so many people that are having so many parties every single day. Like, there's not enough balloons to go around. I don't care how many people are doing that. You know what I mean? So I think that that's great. And I love the idea of like expansion and growing and creating there's an event warehouse right around the corner from here. I don't know if I don't remember what it's called. Like Seamless Events or something. It's over
I honestly didn't even know that.
Yeah. It's over off of Burleson.
Okay.
And we had a party here. I needed to rent linens.
Yeah.
And this, I mean, it's like
massive.
Insane. And it becomes, and then it's like, it's like a whole logistical operation of like, where does the stuff in the warehouse go? How do you get it down? Who's doing it's amazing. Which is just like, that's your future. You'll figure it out and it'll be amazing.
Yeah. I am so excited. I am throwing basically I was her babysitter, then I was her organizer. And then I did balloon arches for her, and I became really good friends with her sister.
Amazing.
Her name's Kelsey Miller. She has sprinkles.
Yeah. Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Excellent connection.
So she is like one of my best mom friends in the neighborhood, and I'm throwing her sister's baby shower at the end of May.
Very cool.
I became really good friends with her, and she was like, Cristina, perfect timing. We want you to do this. And so I'm really excited. Definitely stay tuned for the videos. It's going to be so cute.
Can't wait.
I am so excited. And we'll get to use our champagne wall that we are getting delivered tomorrow, actually.
Wait, okay. What's a champagne wall?
So it looks like an arch backdrop like this, but there's shelves on it. So we went to a wedding recently in Cancun. So I honestly don't even know where they rented it. But they had little shots, like a welcome shots at the welcome party when we got to Cancun for the wedding.
Okay.
But you just put champagne glasses on it. It's so cute. There's 4 shelves. It's 7 feet tall by 4 feet wide.
No way. That's awesome.
And so you can put basically anything on it. You can put flowers, like vases with flowers. You could put photos. The options are endless. But we're doing a champagne wall for the baby shower.
Very cool.
And a cool thing, like I said, basically with me is, if you want something, I can figure out how to make it happen.
Yeah.
And Kelsey really wanted to do a champagne kind of bar. And I just said, oh my goodness, I need to get a champagne wall. And this gives me a reason.
I love it. I love it. That's amazing. Well, congratulations to you and
Thank
the
you.
growth of your business. And Easton Park, we will see you next time.
Bye.